We are, everybody. How are we this evening? This fine time. What a time. Hey D, hey Puka Vista. Let me quickly catch up. Charcoal Ninjas here. April Goodson. I haven't seen you for a little bit. Mods, love you. And thank you. Heather Landau. This is why I don't wear lip gloss, by the way. You notice? You saw. I don't even have a cat in front of me, and the hair just blows like ghosts, like arm hairs. Liz Tricks. Hey, Vicky C. Susie with an S made it. Noreen is here. Hey, Noreen. I said hi to you, D, I think. Hey, Kestrel. Pamela Perfect. It's nice to see you again. Hey, Anna Banana. Okay, getting stuck up at the top. Let me come back down. Jan made it. Marissa Martin, Cliff Ann, hey Buffy, Becky USA, Lisa Vining, Just Jen, hey Caroline in Canada. I feel like you've been on the replay crew lately. Love you, babe. Hey Ann, hey Wendy Brewer, Lumen, Abigail, Laura Lou, Riley's Human. Happy 4th to you guys. That's nice. Thank you, Riley's Human. Thanks, Becky. Aspire to Inspire. Hey Lindy. Hey Rachel, Linda McMillan. Hey Alicia. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Melissa, Christy Lynn Wilson, Mama Smurf, Miss Sassafras, Sandra. Yes. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. Hey, Jamie Palmer. Hey, Angie Moe. Katie Did It is not the same as Katie Did, everybody. And people left comments after the show last night. It was weird for not just me, and I want to point that out. I want to be totally upfront with you. Lori Lee, that's fun, Lori Lee. She went thrifting. Hey, Catherine B. Love you, Catherine B. I love your little cute face. Critters Creations. You know, I haven't worn this in a long time. I got it out, and I was like, why don't I ever wear that? Had it for a while. I just never wear it. I like sapphires. Thank you, babe. Marissa Martin, Baby Lily Pad, Kim Leaf. Welcome back. Hey, Trixie. I thought you were going to be on the replay. I just saw that. I was like, oh, we won't see Trixie. Sneaking, lying like a Scientologist. Is Katie Did in here or just Katie Did It? Michael Malloy, I hope you had a good birthday. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. You like this color on me, says Vicky C. Thank you. Hey, Donna Cooper. Love you, Catherine B. Martin. Love the hair like that. Did you just start? Just started, man. We are 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. Hey, Linda G. Hey, Yorkie Mom. Good to see you, babe. Yeah, Heather Landau. I had missed being manipulated. I really am good at it. Hey, MLG Gamer. Thank you. Okay, we don't see the other Katie yet. Just know, everybody, they are two separate people. Thank you, Yorkie Mom. I appreciate that, Pam. I'm glad you had a good birthday, Michael Malloy. Lilac Lime, welcome in. Candace. I will be listening, but got to shave my legs for the holiday weekend. Wish me luck. Hello, Reese. She fits right in here, does she not? Like, that's our kind of people right there. I'm going to be shaving my legs whilst listening. I do it all the time. I talk to people on the phone now when I shave my ham wallet. It's a thing. I was in the shower this morning and my good friend was like, this is a thing between us. She was like, you shower with me all the time. I shower with her. Hey, Mama Bear. Hey, Wendy Ramirez. And I said, it is weird. I said, it's not sexual, but it feels sexual, like a little bit. Like, should it be? And she said, honestly, I would rather you shower with me than you poop with me. And I said, oh, you're clean. We're good there. Because honestly, I don't feel like I poop with her, but I shower with her a lot. I'm shaving tomorrow as well, Wanda Parks. I usually stick to Fridays. Wendy Brewer, I'm doing okay. I'm doing better today. I feel like Finn is in a good place. I'm not as sad, but it also helps. It was like leaving Scientology. It helped to get all the love and support from you guys. It's the same thing with the cat, right? Like so many people, hey, Gloria, have really come through and been so loving and kind. Reese, I got a Billy, and why did you not mention the magnetic holder? I'm sorry, Heather. I love that magnetic holder. That reminds me, I think my credit card expired or something with that company. I got to update that. I got an email. I appreciate you guys saying you, hey, Stephanie Lynn, Right when I woke up and became conscious the day I wrote you about it, he said I could. I love that, Martin. Thank you. He's pretty chatty with people, quite honestly. I That's amazing. I love lapis. I have a bunch of lapis beads I want to send you. Is there someone out there who could string them for you? Hey Peggy Collins. Not that I know of. This is really bad. What's going on? I don't know. There's nothing you can do. At this point, once you hit go live, it's just the way it looks. And it's the way the Lord would want it. That's what matters. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Hey, Katie, thank you. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Hey, Peggy. April says, okay, Candace, I'll find someone, but think before you do it. Like, you don't have to do it. But thank you. I love lapis. I absolutely love lapis. I'm a big fan. So thank you. My hair is awesome today. It's dirty. It's large and dirty. You did so great by him, Reese. Thank you for being his hero and his forever better by it. Thank you, April. Thank you. I'd like to believe that, right? Thank you, Dee. I've shaved my legs while listening to you a few times. I thought your hair was giving rocker girl vibes. Hey, Time Mark, you're not that late. What the heck? What are you doing there? Why are you just staring? I do that to her all day long. That's a thing, guys. By the way, I look windblown. I used my volumizing shampoo 3 days ago, and it just gets bigger and bigger. Hey, Haggis. I do this all day long with her. If I don't know she's there, yeah, I'll do the double look, and I go, what the heck? I do it all the time. I've done it for years. Chauncey. I'm going to close this door off because the air conditioner is kind of loud. Oh my God, girl. So, hey, Meredith Lynn. Vicky C, that's not a bad idea. It is Sheila, Jen. We went, and Sasha. We had to go to the vet today. And I was just there the other day. Do you hear him shaking his head? Bo has an ear infection. He's never had an ear infection since I've had him. Hear it? Hey, Sabine. And hey, Rain. She looks like a Tatiana. Oh, that's a little fancy for you. I scared people at the vet today. I was sitting there waiting, and we were talking about your birth story really loudly. And we were saying how you were born right next to Christ. And that's your birth story. And I got really loud. And hey, Kaza. Hey, Jessica LaBarber. And I was like, did you know that you're in every Bible study class around the world? Did you know that when everybody goes to church on Sundays, they talk about you right next to Christ, how you were born next to a hay bale? Did you know that you were going to be this little dough? Did you have any idea you'd be so dainty and that you would never grow, but Christ would grow and you never grew? That's what I was saying. And people were like, holy shit. We feel unsafe. Hey, Mittens. Hey, Pat Jonas. Marissa Martin. Poor Bo, guys. Poor Bo. He's never, Alicia, it happens every time. It's kind of a tradition to scare people at the vet at this point. Poor Bobo. So he's got an ear infection. She gave me these drops and said, you got to put, that's so much. She said, you got to put these drops, 10 drops a day for 10 days. Hey, Shell. I said 1 drop a day for 10 days. No, 10 drops a day for 10 days. Yeah, it sounds easy, right? It's not. Okay. There's no signal in that vet office. I couldn't go live if I wanted to. It sounds easier. Okay. I get home because she's like, oh, we haven't given it to him. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm glad that I paid for that. Like, why wouldn't you put today's dose in? Because you're a specialist. I am not. Right. So, yeah, well, here's what happened, Kestrel. I'm wondering, hey, Leslie Mosley, not that any of this matters, but Bo and I, we were on our walk. I think it was like a week ago. And we were far into this walk, and out of nowhere, it started pouring. And I was under a tree trying to hide, and it didn't work. I jogged for the first time in my life. I had never jogged before, and it was It was unusual. It was quite a time to test out my legs and stomach flab, and I had to jog. And I'll never do that again. Obviously, there would be no reason for that. But hey, Sigrid, but it was, I mean, pouring, downpouring, like couldn't see in front of me. I had glasses on; they were soaked. I didn't Kestrel, but I did. I had to jog, Shell. It was upsetting. I mean, I don't think I would have, if I would have seen a bear, I don't think I would have run like that. It was a shame. And I was truly embarrassed. I'm sorry I admitted to it. Anyway, he got soaked, and he's a poodle. So like his hair gets weird. I'm wondering if that's why he got an ear infection, because I have had Bo a long time. Never happened before. He's not like prone to them. So she says, put 10 drops in. So when I get home, I'm like, oh, this should be easy. It's like, hey, baby doll. Okay, I did not know that. What are you doing? It's like goop. Drops, please. It's like absolute goop. It's like glue. It doesn't come out in drops. Oh, but he's so nice. And we were at the vet for a long time because we had to be worked in. So you can imagine how awkward we made it. And boy, did we. Holy hell. For the love of money, Lindy. Well, you know that I am your local friendly grifter. I am in love with it. I love the super chats. Thank you so much. It makes everybody so angry, Lindy. Thank you. And I appreciate that. Not the gumdrop buttons. Trigger warning. I haven't jogged since the RPF. Yeah, I haven't jogged since I was in the cadet org myself. But we made it awkward as hell today. The place was full, right? And we had to be worked in. So I just sat there and I talked to you. And we talked and talked, didn't we, Bobo? And he's a good person. And we talked about he went to Harvard and he's so smart and he listens to your stories. And he says, I wasn't born next to the Lord. However, I did go to Harvard, Yale, and that one place in Baltimore. What's the other place? What's it called? It's like some medical school. Well, he went there too. And he went to all the places. And he is so special. But what happened was I said, we would like to get you reduced because you're so large, Bobo, that sometimes you frighten people, including me. You're a little bit too tall and too large. So we're going to have surgery and we're going to have him reduced. And he says, but I'm frightened. And I say, don't be, Bobo. It's safe. It's perfectly safe. So it got weird real fast. John Hopkins, he went to John Hopkins. Yeah, he did. Us grifters need to stick together. Hey, Tamber June. Hey, Mindy Doolin. What is this? Jogging? I think the J is silent. Jogging. It was uncomfortable for everybody. I'll never do that again. Excuse me. I'm going to plug this in. Nope, I don't need to plug it in. Guys, we need to talk about something though real quick. And I know it's not important. This is me misdirecting and manipulating you because I don't really have a topic tonight. However, I'm going to use my special mind powers to make you think I do. No, this is weird. And I need to bring it up. It needs to be said. What do we do in awkward public situations? So I was at this vet and we were there for a long time, right? Critters Creations. Reese is having cosmetics. Well, he already had cosmetic surgery. Bo and I both got veneers done on our teeth. I told you that because, hey, Debbie Musto, because I'm so rich. I make so much in super chats. I'm like, what am I going to do with all this? So I thought, I know, I'll make matching appointments with a cosmetic dentist and Bo and I will both get veneers. So we did. And we had a fun day of it. We had lunch and everything. We went and got our nails done together. It was adorable. Guys, this is weird. He went to Princeton. He did. So Harvard, Johns Hopkins, Princeton, and Yale. Mm-hmm. He did a round of each one. He did several years. What do they call that? A residency. He did a residency at each one. He did. Thank you for asking. And that can be proven. Hey, Barbara Waite. He has several degrees. Marissa Martin, I hate to brag, but he's got like 8. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big deal. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. One of them was born right next to Christ. The other one went to every school, Ivy League. I mean, is it impressive? I don't know. I think it's in the eye of the beholder, but yes. He did rain virus. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy, I've missed you, babe. Uh, he has 4 doctorates and a PhD, and he is bilingual. Yeah, he does. He speaks several languages, and the only downfall is he likes to eat the cat poops. He eats the poops, and then he comes over to you and he says, "I hate cat poop," and he blows into your face, and that's the only thing school couldn't break him of. Hey, Dawn. Guys, something really uncomf. Why is he still such a dumb bum? Great question, Marissa Martin. Bo, Marissa Martin wants to know why you're still such a dumb bum. Okay. This is weird and it needs to be said, and it's not talked about enough. Being in public can be Tracy. Look at you. Just a little manipulation money. A little goes a long way. Thank you so much, Trace. Dang, girl. That's really nice. That's how I do it. I do the manipulative roll call, and then I start talking about off the wall stuff, and I confuse you. And then you're like, why do I have this sudden urge to give her money? And that's how it happens. Just for the haters. Guys, I was at the vet. Now I'm making this a bigger deal than it is, but I want to know how others deal with this. And then we'll get into a topic. Do you guys ever experience it's uncomfortable. Do you ever experience people who stare at you for long periods of time? Jamie, long period, like over the time limit of staring. Do you understand what I'm saying? Surely you do. It doesn't happen to me very often. True, time mark. Vicky C, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, Fancy Nancy. I had a lady today. Okay, she stared at me for way too long. So the question is this: do you have a stare off? Do you stare back? Because I do. But here's what, hey, Carrie Wilson, here's the worst part. We were not staring head on. I've never experienced this. She was a side starer. I cannot believe her retinas did not detach. I've never seen anything except in cartoons or maybe like a cobra. But I'm not kidding. Her eyes were like this. And I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with it? Why are you staring at me from the side? Like, do you think I can't see you? It's like talking out of the side of your mouth. You know how people try to be discreet? Remember the one lady that was recognized me ever in public. Remember? She was like, "You're not Reese, are you?" And you have to do it back. I was like, "Maybe. I think I am." And she was like, "I watch your show." And I was like, "Wow, my mouth hurts. Like, can we circle back to the middle? Because it's starting to feel like I have Bell's palsy." Yeah, it was weird. It's weird. So like you have to like mimic what they're doing. I'm just kidding. That lady was amazing in case she catches the replay crew. It's not entirely how it went down, but still, she did do it. She was like, "You're not Ruth, are you?" I was like, "Maybe. I can't remember." It was weird. Yeah, it was uncomfortable for sure. Well, this lady today, I don't know if I don't think she knew who I was. I mean, nobody knows me. Guys, it was so weird. Okay, staring is weird enough. Like, yeah, it's side eye, but like, I don't know how she stretched her eyeballs to do that. It hurts. Like, try turning your eyes. So I did. So she comes out of a doorway. She had been seen with her dog. And she walked out. Like, I was like, "Are your eyes stuck like that?" I never saw that in ophthalmology. In my 12 years of working for eye doctors, I never saw anybody's eyeballs stuck to the sides, right? Like, strabismus is one thing, but this was extreme. And she walked out and she was like, and somehow she kept walking forward. You try doing that. Hey, Renee B, turn your shit to the side like that and walk your body forward. I would walk off a cliff. Like, I don't know how you would do it. She did it. And Yeah, and so then I started mimicking. It's like the side talker. I was like, oh, like it was so dead on. Like she was doing it, so I was like, I started doing it. It's some superpower shit. It was so weird. I was a vet tech for 10 years. There are some weird animal people. Okay, well, I'll be the first to say I'm that person. Like, I was in that waiting room and I was like, did you know that you were this tiny? Did you know you were going to look like a frosted mini wheat with eyes? Like, I was so loud. I do that intentionally now just because, like, I think it's a nervous tick for me. I don't know what to do. I'm like, what do I do? There's no one to talk to. So I just talk to them. Hey, Robin Miners. I had a person staring at me today, Robin, for like an ungodly amount of time. Like it went on, right? No, well, here's the thing. I wasn't talking crazy when she came out. I was being quiet. They had taken Gertie to do her butt glands and her nail trim. So it was just me and Bo. And I was like, I was chatting with him, but I was like, I was just doing my Bo thing. I was like, he's a good person. I was like, he's a good person. I'm sure that didn't creep anybody out. I mean, that's normal. The Gertie voice. Hey, Trisha Kelly. The Gertie voice by far freaks people out, I'm sure. Like, I get super silly with the. She's staring at me. This was us today. This was me and Esmeralda today. I was like, hi. People would walk by and I was like, cute dog. Adorable. Did you know that you were going to be born right next to the Lord? I feel like some people are like, yikes. Like, yeah, it's a frightening. It's definitely for effect. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say I'm one of those weird people. I was like, I was like, we have an 11 o'clock appointment, both these guys. I was like, I think he has an ear infection. I was like, settle down, Esmeralda, settle down. I was like, she was born next to Christ. So she thinks she's a somebody, right? Yeah, it's a lot. I wish one of you could go with me sometime because honestly, Barbara, wait, honestly, I could use the help. I could not have been more embarrassed. I went this morning. I know, Paula Penley. I was so embarrassed. I went to pay and he's on a leash and the guy in there was like, he was like, man, you got yourself a small Shetland pony. I was like, you ain't a kid in there, Tex. Yeah. So I go to pay. I know, Noreen, it's a lot. I was sitting there going, that's an awful lot of sass for just a little person. That's an awful lot of sass for a little lass. Did you know that you were this tiny? Did you know you were going to give dainty kisses? I'm loud about it. So I get up to pay and he's yanking on the chain. He's like, let's get the hell out of here. Let's break free from this place. I'm holding Esmeralda because she doesn't use a leash. Everybody knows this, right? She's not going to do that. So I got to do this. And I had my coffee in one hand. Didn't make it. I went to pay and he jerked on the leash and there's a room full of people and this loud ass coffee cup goes crashing down. The lid flies off. I was like, I'm so sorry. And the vet tech had to get it. And she was like, do you want to, I think she was a little irritated with me. She was like, do you want to go put your animals in the car and come back and pay? And I was like, I don't, because it's 104 degrees and I don't kill animals. So no, thank you so much. Do you want to go sit in my car while I pay? I didn't think so. Okay. Hey, Christine Baker, these are children and they shall be treated as such, right? But we just wanted everybody to know and be aware that you were kissed by the Lord. Kissed by the Lord, touched by the Lord. Hey, Tony's Hooter. Oh my God, look at it. You guys look at it. Everybody that's not looking at the screen right now, real quick, just take a quick look. It's incredible. And you wish you were a part of it. I know. Oh my God. We have to somehow bring you to the Nashville meetup because you're a star and everybody wants to pass you around like a joint. Oh my God. Glenda, it's a lot. It's a lot when you really think about it. All right. Talk to you later, Charlie Ann. Hey, Ghost Rider, it's a Lumen. It's Katie says, "Is that real?" No. Doesn't it look like something that fell out of a pet net in 1998? Hey, Aline. I know, Katie did it, same. I was like, "Do I?" It's so little. It's so little. Yeah, it was weird. She's like, "Do you wanna go put them in the car?" I was like, "Do you wanna go put your baby in a car?" "No, it's July. Get the hell out of here with your nonsense." Oh, Charlie Ann. The side eye. I just have to wrap this up and then we'll talk about something real and worthwhile. The side eye. Okay. We need to get into this. We need to get into the thick of it. We need to make sure that we feel right before we move forward. Okay. Because I don't feel right. All right. I have one of Monica's hairs in there. Um, Yeah. Why don't you hold my animals while I pay? Right? Like, why don't you try doing something realistic? Do you want to go stuff them in a hot oven while you pay? Okay. I'd rather put a cigarette out on my cornea. Get out of here. God dang it. Okay. Let's talk about the side eye because I don't feel fully over it. And I have to work through it in order to get past the topic. Right. We know this. So she comes out and this happens. It's not side eye like you think. You know, side eye when you're like that. No, she was just looking at me with her eyeballs from the side, right? So she was doing that. Like it's not like she was making a face. It wasn't like the bitchy thing. No, it was just help me. Help me understand. The other thing that gives me the creeps is that when someone stares at you for too long, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, when someone makes eye contact, and then usually what happens is if you are staring at someone and they catch you staring, what do we all do? Right? We all do it. We go, oh, oh, hi. And then what do? We pretend that we're getting a call or a text because it's so awkward that you got caught staring that you're like, and then you put your phone on silent. And you're like, oh, hey, I'm in an appointment. Okay. Yeah, I'll call you right back. You know, we all do it. We do the nervous. Maybe it's just me, but I pretend to be on the phone in public a lot because I feel less alone. Hey, Nicole Hazel Miller. Every time I've ever pooped in public, I pretend to be on the phone. Every time I go into a stall. Good for you, mom. I go into a stall and I just have a whole conversation and pretend I'm on the phone. It just helps me feel better. Prolonged eye contact. What do we do? No, Sigrid, she didn't say a word to me. She was across the room. And so I've had that happen. It's so uncomfortable. What do you guys do when somebody is looking at you for too long? Now, even worse, what do you do when they don't look away? Like I just did, you pretend that you weren't staring and you look away, right? You break eye contact. I've had people not break. Do you hear me? I've had people like you catch them staring and they continue to stare. And usually they're not like they don't do a Midwest smile, right? That's what I do. If I get caught, I'm like, "Hi, hello." Right? No. I've had people stare at me and this happened to me recently where someone was staring and she was just like, and I imagine, like, what if is this like a hater in real life? Like, is this someone who hates me? I'm not that well known. So I'm like, no, she doesn't know who I am. But like, why? Why are you staring past the point of what's comfortable, like past social protocol? Etiquette? What's the word? Why are we staring? What are we doing? It's 2025. Like, what are we doing? And then the next thing I want to know is, yeah, exactly, Deanna Downey. I want to go, you can poop in public. I do if I absolutely have to. Barbara Waite, and it's a bum deal. Either way, it's nobody wins. Is it a hater in the wild? Hey, Sophia, you stare back, but Germans stare, so it's not a big deal. Look, there's nothing wrong with staring as long as it breaks and you're over it. Like there is a comfort point that we pass quickly. We all know what I'm talking. It's an unspoken thing, right? Like, am I wrong? Is this a Scientology thing that I don't know about? Can someone please clarify? Shell, yeah. Hey, old Charlie. Hey, Eric Levitt. Like when I took Huxley to his doctor's appointment, what was that? Was that last Monday? Uh the tech that took us back, she was so nice. But she kept coming in and out of the front office while we were waiting out front. And she kept staring at me. She kept staring at me as she would come out. And then finally she came and got us. And she got his weight, his height. She brought him back. She did his pulse and his blood pressure. And she was like, "So what are we here for, Mom?" And I explained, and she goes, "Can I say something?" And I was like, "Please, because you've been staring at me for an hour." She goes, "You look really familiar." And I was like, "Do you watch porn?" Dixie, Dixie Normus. Nice to meet you. Just kidding. I didn't say that. But I said, "I don't know." And she said, "You are very familiar to me." And I said, "I don't know why I would be." And Huxley was like, "Mom." And I said, "I don't know." I said, I don't live here." I always say that to people. I don't know why I say that. I've lived here for a year, but every time, like if I talk to someone locally, I'm like, "Oh, I don't live here." Try it sometime. It's so weird. It's Ivana Humpalot. I was like, it's so weird. I do it all the time. I'll be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't live here." I've had that happen in public in Murfreesboro when I actually go into town, right, for like things. People will be like, "Have you been to that restaurant? Or do you know that, you know, the cross street?" Like if people talk to me, I'm like, "I don't know. I don't live here. I don't live anywhere. I don't know where I live. I need help." No, but she said, she was like, "You look very familiar." And I was like, "I don't know. I don't live here." And then I realized we were at my son's doctor's appointment for like upcoming school and stuff. And I was like, that's the one time I couldn't use that line. And I just used it, and it made me look like I have abandoned this child. Um, and for obvious reasons, I'm still uncomfortable with what happened. I'm not quite ready to work through or talk about it. But it was so awkward. And she was like, "No, I don't watch porn." And I was like, "Did I date your dad? Like, I wonder if I dated your grandfather." And she said, "They're both dead." And I said, "Oh man, this is tough." It was tough. And I said, "Hey, Don Clark." I was like, "Do you have any older other men that no?" And she was like, "You must have that face." And I said, "That's it. I have that face." And I do have that face, by the way. Like people have said that to me my whole life. "You look familiar." And you know what the worst thing is? People have always said to me in Kansas City, "You look familiar." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't know you because you don't look familiar to me." And they'll go, "Did you go to KU?" It's always some fucking college. And I'm like, "I didn't go to school. I was raised in my father's kitchen. Please stop asking me questions about education." I get uncomfortable. I barely speak English. "Hey, Epsington." Yorkie mom goes, "YouTube?" I didn't ask. I don't talk about YouTube, guys. Only it's an us thing. It's kept it's kept between. She would have known me from, if it was YouTube, she would have known. Come on. How do you watch somebody on a show on YouTube and be like, "I can't place you. You look familiar though." You would know. Come on. Wouldn't you? Maybe not, but I don't ever talk about YouTube outside of this room. Never. I never talk about it. I told you guys, anytime someone's like, "What do you do for a living?" I'm like, "I work for Google." Super smart. I know Steve Jobs. Um, oh, time mark, stop. Keep going. You're too pretty to be a local. Stop pissing off the haters. Keep going. Love you, April Goodson. I'm happy I got to see you. I'm legally blind and I'd know you by your voice. Is my voice that distinct? I hate my voice. Sounds like a guy at Jiffy Lube. God, I've always hated my voice. You ever heard your voice? You ever heard your voice on like a recording? Of course you have. I have, because I don't ever record things. But if I were to, I hate my voice. I've never liked it. Yeah, I don't think she knew me from YouTube, guys, but it was weird. It was thanks, Lindy. It was super weird. She was like, "You're very familiar to me." I was like, "Well, I don't live here, Linda." So, um, well, people that look like you don't raise cattle. Really? Is that a fact? I don't know if that's true. There's a lot of really attractive people around here, much more attractive than myself. Yeah, it's weird. But hey, Ty's channel. Thank you, Ty's channel. And hey, congratulations. Did you, I wonder if Carrie Ann did too. Did you guys just graduate from something? Nobody likes their voice except Jeff. He was pretty into himself. Everyone hates their voice again, except Jeff. Ty's channel. If so, congratulations. If not, I'm just still really happy to see you. Yeah, I have, would we say that I have like social anxieties? Because I don't have problems in public. I don't mind talking to anyone. I don't know who that is. When I first saw you, you reminded me of a young Meredith Baxter Burney. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I feel like me too, Critters Creations. My voice sounds like a man. I feel like if I were to call someone in customer service, they'd be like, "Please hold, sir." Um, Angie Mo, you have a great voice. You have a very soft spoken Southern sound. I loved your voice, Abigail. You just got a PhD in special education. Look at that, guys. I'll teach future teachers. Let's congratulate Ty's channel. That's a big deal. Good for you. And thank you. Thank you for that. I love that. I love teachers and people who help. Carrie was wearing one of those fancy pants master's robes. Yeah, I love Carrie Ann. We're proud of her too. I don't think I do though, Dawn Gloves. I just think I notice things a lot. I'm very observant in public and I don't get social anxiety, but I do notice weird, maybe other people's social anxieties, like staring. I don't stare at people, but like this woman staring at me, I was like, what do we do about this? What do I do? And if someone really is staring that hardcore, do you say something? That's the only thing. Maybe that's where I get a little nervousness. Yeah, we love you, Ty's channel. That's a huge deal. You've been having some good shows lately. Wow, I disagree, but thank you. I never like my shows. I like how sincere they are. I'm so sorry for your loss, and I look forward to your next shows. Love you. I love you, Brian Webb. Thank you, my friend. And I love seeing you in the Zoom calls. Brian, we love you here. Thank you for that and being a member. And I love you, Martha Slemmer. Thank you for being a member, babe. I don't get to see you as often. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. West Coast Fancy Nancy works as a paraprofessional in special education. Thank you for doing what you do, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Interesting. Dawn says hypervigilance can be a feature of ADHD and PTSD. Could be. That's amazing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just really, sorry, Dawn. I just really notice stuff. I notice people. I love to, maybe that's what it is. I love to people watch. I love to see the people's body languages. Like I love to see what they're saying, how they talk to their other people. It's an interesting thing to do. Maybe I'm the only one, but I do like, that could be Noreen. I do like, hey, Kim is blue. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I do like watching people, watching their movements, watching how they communicate. I think it's interesting. Hey, Armine, I love you, babe. It's late though there. Armine, you're up late. I love that Anita card. I want to go to Vegas just to people watch. Viggy Cat, you know, hey, Michelle P. I'll tell you the best time to people watch. It doesn't matter where you are. Well, it does because I live out in the middle of nowhere. It wouldn't work here. You'd have to be in a somewhat of a city. The best day of the year for me, in my opinion, to people watch, Black Friday. Holy shit. Black Friday is the best time ever. I used to do that with my first husband, and we would just like park chairs in Target at 2:30 in the morning and just watch people go nuts, like with their own families. We had so many funny stories. Like This dad once like dropped off a minivan full of people at 2:30 in the morning waiting in line at Target, and like his wife and 17 kids got out, and he like almost ran over one of the kids because he was in such a hurry, and he was like, I'm going to the mall, like he started screaming, and they were like, okay, like it was so wild to watch him like peel out in a Honda Odyssey. I was like, damn, few can pull that shit off. You almost just ran over your 4-year-old, sir. It didn't matter, like it didn't matter, and it was kind of refreshing in a weird way. I was like, this is refreshing, right? That you have so many of them, right? You have so many offspring that like you didn't even, hey, Joanne Holly, you didn't even consider the little one there, and nor did your wife. Like he just was like, I'm going to the mall. Like he screamed it. It was just like one long word. There was no spaces in between. I'm going to the mall. And we were like, oh my God, you almost just hooked your child to the bottom of that Honda Odyssey and drug him off into the night, right? The very dark night. Hey, love it. Do you approach and say, do you know each other from somewhere? Yeah, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you handle it when someone stares at you. Now, also, I think it depends on the vibe that you get off of the person. Hey, DNV, do you know what I mean by that? Do you know how some people feel kind of harmless, their vibes? Or is that just me? Like, if I get a creepy vibe off of a man staring at me, I don't like that. And I don't like, aw, thank you, Dawn. You gifted a membership. People love getting memberships. Thank you for doing that. Dawn, that was really sweet. If I get, is Malevolent Queen in here? Hey, babe. If I get a creepy vibe off of you, well, thank you, Dawn. That was really kind of you, babe. Then it's all, the game is over. It's different. It's a different vibe if somebody's creepy staring. You kind of want to get away. Like I'll start kind of being like, ugh. I just get like a, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't get that off of this woman today at all. She was just side staring me for way too long. It probably went on for 2 minutes. Susie with an S, that's so cool. I love that you got that. Thank you, Dawn. Carrie Wilson says, start a random conversation. Her eyes were normal. Like I will say that because I ended up like when she stopped staring. Yeah, always trust your gut. That is important. Love it. She stopped staring and she focused her eyes back to the center of her head. But it was strange. For a good 2 minutes, she was doing this to me. And I thought, is this similar to the side talking? Like people do this thinking they're discreet. Is the side talking the same as side eyes? You ever thought of that? No, because you're too busy thinking about yourself. Do you ever think about that? Yeah. The lady was people watching you. That's weird. I just heard a ding, but it was, I don't know, nothing there. They went back to the center of her head. West Coast Fancy Nancy. Do you guys think, hey, Gogo the Greek, Malevolent Queen, it's nice to see you. Your view lives differently when your husband is asking for them to see Reese? I don't know what that means, but it sounds great and fun. Do you think the side-eye thing is discreet? People think it's discreet. Do you ever notice that? Hey, Amy Edge, the side-eye thing, like do they think that we don't notice as much if they talk like this? Or if they look out of the side of their eyes? We've all done it. And it's so weird that we think that's going to be discreet. To be like, I forgot to tell you something. Like, what? First of all, I can hardly understand. You're so muffled. I can't hear through your molars, right? Please put your eyes back into the center of your head. Thank you so much. It sounds like something a flight attendant would say. Please put your eyes back into the center of your head. Thank you, Warden, for staring me down like that. It's not discreet. Hey, love and life. It's not discreet. But I wonder if people think, like I've done it. I kind of feel like if you squint and do this, it's like maybe they won't notice me. It's it's very strange. Other than that, I don't have a lot of a topic, and that's unfortunate for everybody. How old was Mrs. Side-Eye? Let's see. She had on weird leggings that only went to her knees. I don't understand leggings like that. I don't want to talk about it, to be honest. I don't want to discuss it. Oh, she wasn't blind. She got into a car and drove off with her dog. Love it. If I'm if I'm side-eyeing someone, I'm usually alarmed by something I can't identify. Yes, that could be. That's a thing. No, I think what is this shit? Get it out of here. What is that? Never seen anything like it in my life. That was weird. Um, okay, yeah, no, she had leggings on, but they were to her knees. I always get confused about that. Like pantaloons, is that what you would call those? They were like pantaloons. And then she had on just a cute black tank, I would guess from Costco or something. It was like a nice light summery material. Um, Time mark. She had on the leggings that only went up to her knee. That says enough. That's enough. She must have had a very lazy eye. She did not have a lazy eye. It was not that. I promise. We were making enough eye contact for long enough. Trust me, I worked in eye care. Like it was not capris. They weren't capri length, guys. Capri length is past the knee, like shin, right? These were like leggings that got to the knee, like half short, half pant, like a shant. Ports. I'm not sure what we would call those. It's half pant, half short. Port, shants, pantaloon. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but they were stretchy material and a bit of a black and white theme going on. Anyway, she was not blind and her eyes were not stuck on the side of her head. Again, she focused them back to the center of her head. It wasn't quite a Bermuda short. It was longer than a Sandra. Lumen. They weren't. They were not. Guys, they were not biker shorts. Let it go. I know what biker shorts look like. This was down to the knee. This was a rare cut for anybody. It covered half the kneecap. It covered half the kneecap. Biker shorts don't go that far, and they're also not capris. It's a half short, a half pant. I would call that a shant or a port. You see her knees? No, I saw half of a kneecap. It's very specific, Heather, incredibly. I shan't be wearing any shants anytime soon. Reese, forget her eyes. We can't get past the freaking leggings. Oh my God. Horse riding shorts, darling. That's a fancier way of putting it. 80s leggings? Yeah, culottes. Definitely not a culotte. No, these things were painted on. They were glued to the kneecap. Skimmers, that's nice. I shan't wear a short. I think they were ports. I think that's the PC. What kind of shoes? That's a great question, Katie Fulton. Um, Yorkie mom. What kind of shoes? Says Lemon. It was a flip flop. It was a flip flop. Yeah. So we're talking like a nice breezy cut of a tank, right? Low cut, shaggings. D. Who wears such clothing in the summer? I'm not sure, but I have noticed something. It's a trend. People out here, right? People out here where I don't live, they tend to they people it's shuggings, Kestrel shuggings. It's different. It's just it's one way to live your life, right? And I think that's says a lot. And I'm impressed by it. Speaking of fashion, I don't know if you guys saw that. Love it. Were the pants full on shiny polyester with bright colors? No, just a black and white theme. And I would say a sheer, shiny, bit of a sheery material. Um, it was weird, Rachel. It was weird. Love it. I was really trying. The What kind of dog? More importantly, Mama Smurf. Let's get to that. It was a little wiener dog mix. Cutest little thing you ever saw. Really adorable. But I felt bad for its mother and the side eyes. Athleisure. That's a beautiful word. Yeah, Kim is blue. Midi pants. Maxi pants. Uh Speaking of fashion, I do have an announcement to make. I don't know how many of you saw. I'm going to say this for my haters because I want her to go make a video about this because I have to tell you guys, this may or may not be one of my last shows. I have been asked. I don't know if you saw one of my faves, Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour is the editor in chief of Vogue. The movie The Devil Wears Prada is based on her. I think she's been the editor in chief for like 37 years. She just announced that she's stepping down. She's retiring. I think she's like in her upper 70s. She called me, right? She called me because I know things, right? Like I know how to accessorize, right? Like let freedom ring. Okay? Like I didn't want to announce this like some big show, but I got the call. And she really liked my lip stains. And she said that the way that I pair my sapphires with my $8 Target tees and my bras that are stretched out, she said she wants to bring like a certain classlessness mixed with some country, mixed with some city. And she said, you have all three. And yeah, Gemini girl. And she said, I really like your disheveled hair days. And I just think that Editor and Reese, yeah, that's what she called it too. It's weird that you say that, Kim is blue. Editor and Reese, I told her I would be willing to negotiate, like just the contract. Also, I said I'm going to be, yeah, she said, you don't need to grift anymore. But I just said, look, I might do it. I might not. Like I have other options, right? But I said, however, I will need some time off sometime in the fall. I am being sued and potentially arrested in Vermont and by a biscuit lady. Hey, Copper Top and Rhonda Frank. And she said, what's that now? And I said, well, I have to go to Vermont for like a fashion week thing in court. And I have a whole mess of people coming with me for a hayride and apple picking. And I said I'm going to wear like a vintage Pendleton skirt with like a blazer and like a brooch and nothing underneath, just tits out, right? Because it's Vermont. And yeah, she did love it. And so I want to be upfront with you guys because I don't want there to be any secrets. And of course, I don't want this to leak, right? Biscuits and sporks. Yeah. I don't want it to leak in any way. But that's what's up. And we're negotiating the contract. But yeah, Editor and Reese, don't forget the beret. Don't worry, Kim is blue. I'll bring several. I'm going to bring my blue Kate Spade scarf with the birds on it. My Kate Spade scarf with the birds. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to eating a biscuit with a spork. It's weird to eat with a racist Nazi spork. I didn't even know sporks could be that way. I had no idea they carried themselves in such an evil manner. Um, Candace, those are some bodacious Bahama Mamas. Maybe we should all be wearing shants for court. Armine, you can't be seen with me if you're going to wear shants, especially in the fall in Vermont. Plus, the hayride will destroy that. It doesn't work. But hey, Audrey, thank you. Yeah, Amy Kimball. So I just wanted to also make that announcement before we get into the topic that I don't have yet, that I keep kind of waiting on and stalling because I have nothing to say. Kestrel, you couldn't be more right about that. Nothing really goes with a Nazi except his disgusting friends. And he's got a few of them, and they're ugly, right? Monsters, little monsters. So that's that. And fall is a little bit chilly for shants. You're the gravy train for them. Grifter is an honor. Yeah, it is love and life. Again, I keep them in biz, right? But I finally got the call, and I think they're going to make a second movie. She said, if I were to take the position again, I'm going over some things with my attorneys, contract business, stuff like that. But just so you guys know, hey, Suzanne Reck, I did get the call. Just to reiterate, I got the call from Anna Winter. She's the editor in chief of Vogue, and she is stepping down. And she called me first. Frog Whizzer, welcome, and just said, again, I like your classy yet trashy style. And she said, I like your manipulative grifter tactics. And I think you could really bring something to the magazine. I think you could really jazz it up. The devil wears Target. Yeah. The relatable devil. Yeah. The movie is coming out. Well, it's going to be based on me, of course, but neither here nor there. Like, I don't want to brag, right? Ms. Otter, I need to do a GoFundMe to be a true grifter. What's weird is he is doing a GoFundMe because he can't work, but all of his friends still call me a grifter. It's so weird, Lindy. What a time to be alive, and what a pathetic turd. Ms. Otter, my cousin starts to sing, or she talks to the plants or furniture just to see what happens. Maybe their eyes will fall out or they run away. My cousin is amazing and a little bit crazy. I love her. That's different. Ms. Otter, what was this again? Maybe their eyes will fall out or they run away. Hey, Marie Marion, whose eyes fall out? Hold on, I have to read this again. My cousin starts to sing, or she talks to the plants or furniture just to see what happens. Maybe their eyes will fall out or they run away. That's different. I'm Liz Tricks. That's different. And I appreciate your super chat. And she sounds like a fun time gal. I'll tell you right now, I wish we knew her. I wish we knew her, Ms. Otter. She sounds fun. A little bit crazy, but we all love her. Do we not? We do. We love your cuz. Thanks, girl. Gird your loins. So Liz Tricks, turns out, the side eyes. Okay, Ms. Otter. Thank you again, Ms. Otter. Yes, Kim is blue. I now get it. I'm a little slow on the uptake. Lumen. Liz Tricks is probably going to come with me to Vogue because she is kind of my assistant already, and she takes notes. She's really good with the minutes. She types everything up just how I like it. And thanks, Ty Mark. I just want you guys to know that I'll probably be taking a few choice people to be on my staff, including the mods. They will have their own cages at Vogue, and they love it. They're excited. Trust me, they want to leave their families and be a part of things. They're free range and they love it. So before anybody gets upset, I get that, Dawn Gloves. I get that. So I was talking today, switching subjects here. Nancy Jane, I haven't seen your name. Are you watching right now? Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm going to say, are you watching now? I have some people, guys, who think they've been blocked. And if they were, it's totally an accident. Everybody signs an NDA, Lori Lee, everybody, including you, your children, and your husband. Please comment if so. Because Marsha Laird is in YouTube jail and I've never gotten her out. Hey, Debbie Lima. Nancy Jane. Guys, everybody be on the lookout. If Nancy Jane comments in the chat, I need to know. If not, mods, we need to find her. That makes me sad. I don't want you to feel like you've been blocked. Probably Jessica LaBarber. Are the mods going to have to wear, forced to wear matching outfits? They kind of already do. And they don't mind. They don't complain. They really are used to their enclosure. And again, they just love it. I know, Kathy Ann, it must be a glitch. Okay. I want to discuss I had a Zoom call today. I had a very long Zoom call today. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. It was with some of my friends. Something that they were talking about and asking me. First of all, is 4th of July 4th of July is just an American. Yes, I already knew that. Never mind. I said it out loud and then I realized what I said. 4th of July is an American holiday. It is. I know it is. Yeah, she may have to make a new account, but I want to make sure she can get in. I will. Thank you, Critters Creations. Just coming out of Scientology still, what do you guys do for 4th of July? Like, I don't really, we've never celebrated it. My birthday is July 8th. Like, never really celebrated that. I'm going to celebrate my birthday this year. I'm going to go get a tattoo. You guys know that. But I don't ever really notice holidays much. We didn't really do anything. What do you guys do on the 4th of July? I'm just asking because I had this conversation with a friend today and she was like, do you not like honor and celebrate like the freedom? And I was like, unfortunately, I don't, but it's not a disrespect. It's not an angle of disrespect. It's just, okay, yeah, Yorkie mom. I just, we weren't taught anything. Like, I don't know much about the 4th of July. I don't even really know that I know why we celebrate the 4th of July. It's the, thing that everybody signed, right? What's the thing that everybody signed? Aaron told me that Jesus created it. What was it? Constitution. The Constitution. Does that have to do with the 4th of July? I'm not even entirely sure, and I didn't ask my friends that. Oh, okay. So different thing. It's the day the US signed the Declaration. Everybody's saying, okay, birth of our country. Everybody's saying like fireworks, barbecue. So, in other words, and I know this, I'm not playing dumb. I know this. It's a freedom thing, right? Like, yeah, Martin lives in Denmark. I don't like fireworks either because of animals. I actually hated, I don't know anything about the 4th of July, but I'll tell you, I've always hated it because it scares the shit out of every animal. Bo is terrified of fireworks. But think about, and this is something I never thought about, think about the animals outside, birds in trees, like deer, all that stuff. I'm sure that it scares the holy hell out of them. And I really hate that. Like my old neighbors where I used to live with Jeff, he would go put like illegal like dynamite sticks back in the forest where I lived and like blow holes in the ground and shit. And I hated it because I thought all the little squirrels, all the little birds, I really hate that. I'm sure it scares the hell out of everything. Sorry to be a downer about it. Yeah, and PTSD for veterans, it's awful. I did not think of that, but that is so true. Yes, who were in combat. God, that's terrible. I hate that. It's not that I hate 4th of July, but I really don't like that for the vets, for the animals. I don't like it. But what does it represent? US declared independence from England. Thank you, Heather. I did not know that. Okay. Um, yeah, cookout. I mean, I don't have anybody to cook out with. It represents freedom. Am I wrong? And so my friend said to me today, she goes, Reese, it represents freedom. Thanks, Abigail. Let's see. She might have just messaged me. Okay. She said, yes. Okay. So, okay. Here's what you may have to do because you're watching right now. Nancy Jane, I want you to be able to come in here and chat with everybody. So I will check. It looks like one of my mods just checked. You are not on the blocked list. There are 2 or 3 other people that are in the same situation as you. And it's like a YouTube glitch. It's not me. It's a YouTube glitch. So like Renee B said about the lifeboat, she was blocked over there. She can't get unblocked. She had to create like Renee B 1, 2, 3, 4. Could you do that, Nancy? Is that asking too much to like come in under a different name? Because I want you to be able to chat with this girl. I would love to be able to. And I know everybody else would like for you to. So that makes me sad. Try what I just suggested. That's what Renee B did, and it seems to have worked. She said it's easy to make a new account. Okay. Thank you, Renee B. So my friend said to me today, she said it really it represents freedom, right? I know that only because of people, flying the American flag and all that, but I don't know the history to the 4th of July. I just realized it is an American thing. I know it's an American thing. So she was like, I love my friends because they really make me think and prompt me into things. What does freedom mean for you guys? Because it means something totally different for me. I won't stay on this topic forever. I don't want to bore people, but it was interesting to me. What is freedom to you? Punky, wow. What does it mean for you? Because even coming out of Scientology, like the 4th of July is not something we would celebrate. We don't really do anything for Christmas. My birthday's next week. Never did anything for my birthday. Never cared. Maybe it's 4th of July. You could celebrate your freedom from Scientology. Yes, love it. That's what my friends both said today. They were like, maybe, this is a good time to unattached. Yadira, I like that. I don't know why that really is profound. Unattached. Following my Christian faith without fear. I like that, Martha Slemmer. I like that a lot. Following my Christian faith without fear. Megan says, I don't celebrate holidays much. Sophia says, freedom means getting to live as out loud as you for everyone. Means getting to live out loud as you for everyone. Yes. I'm so not feel like we are free at this time. Interesting, Rain. Freedom from the haters. I love this. Freedom for me is having the freedom to think for myself and feel my emotions without punishment. That's beautiful. And you couldn't have put that into better words for me. For me, it has to do with the constitutional amendments, freedom of speech and right to bear arms. Interesting. That's what I mean. It's very subjective. Everybody has their own answer for this, and I like it. Freedom of speech. Wait, freedom of speech from oppression and the right to bear arms. Totally, Ghostwriter. I liked Lovitz too. Freedom to choose, free to think, free to make a living how you choose, free to create. That's really good. Jessica LaBarber, I like that. Riley's Human says, the opportunity to think my own thoughts, praise my God, and speak my own thoughts. I love that. I love that so much, Riley's Human. We have lost our freedom of speech, said Rain. Is Alana in here? Hey, Alana. Amy Kimball. Ooh, I like that. That is freedom. The fact that the definition is different for everyone is freedom. I love that. Hey, Just Joan. Hope your day is going well. Went out to the original pancake house for my birthday breakfast, then went snooping around an antique store. Just wanted to stop in and say hi to everyone. I love that. Happy birthday to you. You share a birthday with Tommy. Today is Tommy's birthday. Happy birthday to him too. I hope you had a good birthday, Just Joan. Freedom to be me. To be the creators of our own reality. Ooh, I like this. I really like this. Free Anna Banana, this stupid mouse. Freedom to get in my car and drive wherever I want to go, whenever I want. That's something that we kind of tend to overlook, do we not? Rain says, it means we are free to be our authentic self, to love who we want, worship how we want, the right to pursue our best life. That's lovely. I like the love who we want and worship how we want. That's really important. Hey, Jessamine. Heather, freedom to live my life true to myself. And the only person I feel I need to answer to is myself. That's lovely. I love that very much. Kathy Ann Lumen says, traveling and seeing as much of the U.S. as possible is freedom. That's a beautiful thing. Kathy Ann says, the ability to make your own decisions with little to no influence or control. That's good. That's real good. The freedom to not have to wear shants. Joanne Hawley, absolutely. Malevolent queen, free to be whoever you are willing to put the effort into being. I like that. Me too, love it. I like hearing everybody's definitions. In Germany, we essentially have this definition about the limits of freedom that pretty much says it stops the moment it infringes upon the freedom of others. Interesting. Freedom to make the choices, says Rachel, that I feel are best for me. That's simple and to the point. Abigail, freedom to practice my faith and I do what I wish. Yes. Some might say freedom is free will, but that can be a blessing and a curse. That's really good, Abigail, and true. Helena, freedom to think and feel how I was and express that without fear or shame. Hey, Gracie. Ooh, I really like that. I really like that actually a lot, Helena. I think that fear and shame. Rhonda Frank, this lady had on not shorts or pants today. It was like this weird legging that went down to half of her kneecap. So I called it either ports or shants, and I wasn't sure which. I really like that. Freedom requires responsibility from us all. No gift without a tax. That's sad, Lori Lee. I really like that, Helena, because I feel, guys, I'm not the only one. It's not a Scientology thing. There's some things specific to Scientology that people ask me that I reflect on, and I'm like, I know other people didn't go through that except ex Scientologists. There's something similar, right? But I think a lot of people do experience like not being able to have a voice without fear or shame. I really like that, Helena. And what I guess I'm trying to say is I'm not the only one. Just it's not unique to Scientology, is exactly what I'm trying to say. I know a lot of you grew up in weird places and environments and abusive where you didn't have your voice or a choice without fear or shame. And I think that's something to really touch on. I didn't. I did not, right? Alana says, my body, my choice, my job, my money, my life. I live with the consequences of my choices, but the choices are mine. I love Alana. I love, love, love her viewpoints on life. She's a strong female, and I really appreciate her. Thank you, Alana. Hey, Noreen, coming from on the communist country, I don't take freedom for granted. I live how I want, speak what I want, and worship what I want without fear. That's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to say this. I don't entirely understand what a communist is. I've heard of communist country, but I don't entirely know what it means. I assume that it means like not having a lot of choice or freedom, but I don't know the ins and outs of what it means. I also don't know. It made me think of the word sovereign. I think we've talked about that before. I totally don't remember what it means. So I know that there's countries that have less freedoms, but I'm not entirely educated on, if someone said to me, what is communist country or what is a communist? I would say, I don't know. I know it has to do with not having freedom, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I'm not educated on that. I don't know. Thank you for your super chat, Noreen. That was very kind. Russia, China. If you've never had to walk on eggshells around someone, you know it's the opposite of freedom. Absolutely. Thanks, Martin. Cuba. Okay, I just changed the name. Okay, she just changed the name. I think you're going to have to get a new account. I don't think changing your name will make a difference. But she said she's busy and she'll have to create a new account later. We love you. We just want you to be in here. Hey, Provin G. Love you, babe. My understanding of communism is the state rules everything, no choice. State chooses you. In a communist country, you are not allowed to speak against the country. Okay. Google says communism is rooted in the belief that capitalism, which capitalism is like you can't, it's the opposite, right? Like you can, I don't know. I think it's the opposite. Inherently creates inequality and aims to establish a society where everyone shares wealth and resources. Okay. Imagine not having choices, Reese. No choice what or where Hux learns. Good example of communist. Oh, so like even down to where you go to school. Martin says Scientology is very communistic. So I was actually thinking that when I just read that definition. I'm sure Scientologists don't celebrate Independence Day because they are actually free to think for themselves. It almost makes me think that. Like Scientology probably is a form of communism. No? Previous Soviet Union that you couldn't speak or do what you want. Everything controlled by the government. And you can go to jail if you voice your freedom. Wow. Capitalism. If you have 2 cows, you sell one and buy a bull. Huh. Communism has changed a lot over the years. Most communist regimes are dictatorship. All the isms, socialism, communism, capitalism, sound great in theory, but fail in practice. Another definition, a totalitarian system of government in which a single authoritarian party controls state-owned means of production. I kind of glaze over when we get too far into it. Like I don't get it, but I think I kind of understand. Capitalism is money rules. Communism is all people should be totally equal. Oh, so no one should have more than others except the government. That's an easy way of putting it right there. Yes, Adele, you were right. Talking Head song. This must be the place. Martin, that's really good. Thank you, Sophia. Liz Tricks, to believe what you want and live your life how you want while respecting others' rights to disagree with you and live differently. US is capitalism, corporations and those with money rules. Okay. I really liked this, Martin's. Capitalism is money rules. Communism is all people should be totally equal. So no one should have more than others except the government. So capitalism, we're a capitalist country, right? You can make money, you can not make money. Is that right? The equal point is the key. That's why Scientology is very communistic. Yes. Yes, Martin. That's why I agree. Okay, guys, this is interesting. Scientology, would it be wrong to say that, like socially? Yeah, bless Martin for explaining that in simple terms, Marissa. Communism is all people should be totally equal, so no one should have more than others except the government. It's kind of like that in Scientology. We're all equal except like the upper levels, like people on OT8, David Miscavige, like the whole RTC, right? The Religious Technology Center. Interesting in a bad way. That's bad. Okay. Donna Cooper, my mouse just seems to have died and my mouse isn't working here either. What just happened? I have no mouse. This is weird. Can you guys still hear me? There it comes back. Okay, that was weird. I didn't have a mouse on my actual mouse or my mouse pad. Let's see. Celebrate your independence from Scientology. The haters not to have to answer to anyone. Do what you want, not what others want you to do. I love this. Celebrate your independence from Scientology also, but the haters not to have to answer to anyone. That is amazing, Donna Cooper. Yes. Isn't that true? It is true, right? It isn't science. I mean, am I wrong? I guess what I'm trying to say is, would that be like really incorrect if I said that in society, that Scientology is very like communism? I'm trying to ask because I don't want to like step out of what's correct or appropriate. I don't like to talk unless I know what I'm talking about. I'm not one of those people that pretends to be smart and like keeps talking. If I don't know something, I will say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means. Lindy, for your birthday and to piss off the haters. That is really nice, babe. Dang. Thank you. Lindy, that is so kind. That's a huge super chat. Thank you, Lindy. I will definitely use that for my birthday. Thank you. David Miscavige is like Stalin, leader of Russia. I've heard of that name. Okay. Is my mouse back? Okay, my mouse is back to working. Not wrong at all. It's true, Reese. Okay, so it is okay. It wouldn't be wrong, but you got to get a little more into it. I don't even know what that word means, Puka Vista, and I wouldn't even try to pronounce it. It's similar, says Love and Life. Absolute power at the top. That makes sense. Bye, Vicky Andrews. Yes. You got it, Reese. David Miscavige is rich. He got that way off the backs of, well, LRH too, right? Like, wouldn't that be considered? As a former Scientologist, you're in a unique position to answer that question for outsiders. Communism is a perfect term for Scientology. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Abigail. Scientology takes all your money and decides how it gets used. Interesting. So it would, hey, Saved by Grace, it wouldn't be weird. It wouldn't be weird to say that. It would not be weird. America is very capitalistic. That's why we European guys hate you. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. I think Scientology is more like this definition, Nazism. If you have two cows, the government shoots you and keeps the cows. That's terrifying. I don't know if that's true. Okay, Puka Vista. I don't know if that's true. I just know the spore quarter is a Nazi. Hey, Tony P, watching you from a cruise ship. That's awesome. Oh my God. I love that. Have fun. Be safe. Okay. David Miscavige is definitely a communist leader. Guys, this is interesting to learn. I have always shied away from the word communism. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't understand the concept of it. I think I understand it to where I'll remember it. Sometimes we go through stuff that you teach me and I kind of forget, and I don't think I could talk about it with smarties. Hey, Lisa Kelson, sleeping on and off. Love you, babe. I'm sorry you don't feel good. Because we think that power shouldn't go to the company with most cash. Seems wrong to us. Interesting. Huh. Guys, this is really helpful. I did not know that we were going to get into this, but it's really helpful. Huh. So Scientology is communistic a word? Or would you say it's like communism? Huh. I don't know why. I just find that I think the reason I'm so wow about this is there are certain concepts, not necessarily words. I don't think of communism as a word as it is more of like it's an idea, it's a concept. So like my whole life I've avoided the word communism because one, we don't use it in Scientology. But two, I just never understood it. It's never made sense to me. Kind of like I said, the sovereign or sovereign. I don't know what it means. I don't know what any of that means. Aristocrat, that's another one. I don't know what that, or bureaucratic, like politics stuff. I don't know what any of that means. This is very much political talk. Well, I don't think we're getting political, Gina. It's just more people are explaining to me what the concept of communism is, but I apologize if that's a bummer for you. Yeah, Tamber June didn't learn about this in school. And that's weird, Sophia. I think Scientology has authoritarianism as well. I have no doubt of that. Interesting, Abigail. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to make this super controversial, guys. Communistic is the adjective for communism. You're good. Okay. Thank you, Alicia. Sovereign means king or someone high up. Oh, I get it, Gina. I agree with you on that, Gina. Most communism regimes are high control groups on a country-wide scale, hence the similarity to Scientology, both high control groups. Yes, that makes it easy for me to understand, Alana. We have some kind of connection where I explain you stuff. I love this part of our thing. Me too, Martin. It's political by nature. Yeah, I get that. I get that. That makes sense. Huh. Scientology would be a dictatorship. It's run by one person. Communism is a government running everything. But isn't Scientology kind of like communism? Because yes, Miscavige is kind of a dictator, but hey, Sam Ashby, I've missed you. Wow. I'm happy to see you, Sam. Isn't Scientology, almost government-like run, though? Wouldn't you guys agree? Because it's not just Miscavige. I mean, it is. He's kind of eliminated everybody, to be honest. He's kind of narrowed everything down to just him. But isn't wouldn't you consider David Miscavige and his like cronies? I mean, he has some, right? I'm sure he has some people. Isn't it more like a government? Wouldn't it be more like a government? Yeah, I agree. It's I don't think it's controversial. I think it's like a class where we are learning these confusing concepts. Well, I appreciate you saying that because I always assume I'm the dumb one and no one everybody else knows and I'm the only one that doesn't. Like these kinds of things, this is where I get embarrassed because I'm like, I don't know. And I totally admit that I'm stupid in a lot of areas. Now, I think I'm smart. I have wits, right? Like there's a difference. But when it comes to like history, stuff like this, these kind of terms, I am dumber than a sack of diapers. I am very dumb, just like our other friend who's that dumb. I admit 100% that I go into full stupidity because I just don't know. I never had to learn these thanks West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hey Tash Bits, I never had to learn these concepts. I don't know anything about history. I've told you guys I thought the Holocaust was in the 1600s. I'm not embarrassed about that anymore, but I was embarrassed about that. Do you remember when Aaron told me that Jesus wrote the Constitution? I believed him. Like I did not know. I wasn't sure. It's just that we don't pay attention to any of this in Scientology. And quite frankly, it's frowned upon to learn this stuff. Like there's no reason to learn this stuff. They'll tell you that in Scientology. College is not important. There's no reason to learn this stuff, right? Um, yeah, very much like government. Scientology definitely acts as a government for its members. And Lovett says, no, Reese, I didn't figure out communism till my late 20s. I don't think it's a normal, like, I'm not sure everybody knows what it means. Like at a young age, I'm not sure it's something you learn real well. Have I ever voted? I voted once. Yeah, I voted once. I'm not much of a voter though. However, I did just register to vote where I live. I just got my voter registration card. It's good to ask questions. That's true. Hey, Jen Jen. Good to see you, babe. Let me ask you this. Speaking of voting, um, do people vote outside of America? Like, because you guys don't have presidents, right? What about the people? I just saw old Charlie say he's never voted. He's Australian. How does that work? Do you guys vote in Australia, Helena? Pat Jonas? How does voting work in other countries? Martin, do you vote in Denmark? How does that work? Do you guys have a president? That's an interesting question. I could not tell you the answer to. Does Australia have a president? I knew that there was a prime minister in England, right? Because I've seen Love Actually. Most countries vote. Old Charlie says he doesn't vote. He's just not interested. Yeah, Vicky C. There are presidents in other countries. Yadira, do you guys vote? Every democratic country has free elections. Australia has a king. Martin, they have a female leader there. That's cool. I love the idea of a female president. Amy Edge, not knowing something doesn't make you stupid. Thank you, Amy Edge. I think that's true. I think that's true. I feel you guys have really, really, really helped me with the concept of being embarrassed because I don't know history stuff. Thank you for your super chat and for saying that. I feel a lot less stupid these days about this kind of a thing because I also realize I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person. Like, I don't think for a second you could go into some communism talk with just your average Joe. It's kind of a deep subject, and I don't know how far it goes. Like, I don't think everybody's super educated on that. But I am a little embarrassed still about world history. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you right now how many world wars we've had. I know there's 1 and 2, but like I know there's other wars outside of that. Just history. My history is super off, like super off. Don't say you're dumb, Reese. I'm a bilingual woman and I don't know so many words and phrases myself. That's why I love your lives. I've learned so much here with you, Reese. I love you, Noreen. Thank you. That's such a lovely, beautiful thing to say. Mexico has a female president. That's awesome. I do have a chat full of willing teachers, Barbara. It's such a safe space here. We have a king too. Last year we had a queen, but she stepped down. That's amazing. Sophia, do you guys have a president in Germany? Time Mark says, don't be embarrassed about it. I'm sure most of us forget this info from school. We have to re-educate ourselves. Thanks, Time Mark. Did you know that an important battle of the American Civil War took place in Murfreesboro? I did not know that. No. I'm very ignorant in the history of anything. Yeah, I mean, I think we need to normalize that. I think it's okay to say, you're right. It doesn't, yeah, West Coast Fancy Nancy, it doesn't make you stupid. I feel stupid because it's not like it's one thing I don't know. It's a lot of things that I don't know. I don't know. Helena says we vote. It's actually compulsory. What does that mean? Is that like forced? What does that mean? You can get fined for not voting, but they don't catch everyone. We have a prime minister instead of a president, but we are part of a group of countries under England called the Commonwealth. I've heard that word. The King of England is technically our king. The 4th of July is about the USA leaving the Commonwealth. Interesting. Hey, shards of words. That's really interesting. Jessica Barber, good for you. Some people are like super into history. I would say Mama Cat says the Sea Org is like communism, so not much the public part. I would say the entire concept of Scientology is very much like communism. I disagree with that. Okay, compulsory is required. I like that. The only stupid question is the one that's not asked. Well, here's the good news. I feel totally safe and comfortable with you guys to ask those things. And I feel the same way with my friends. I'm like, oh, stop. I don't know what you just said. I don't understand what that word means. I really like to learn that stuff. And I'm not embarrassed so much anymore to admit that. Reese, no human being knows everything. There's only one being who does. And thankfully you have a direct connection to him now. I love that. Abigail, my dad taught history. That's amazing. So you probably know a lot. The more we learn now, the more we can actually change how we see the future and if we want to change things. I love that. Thank you, Michael Malloy. I don't understand local government much either, says Tamber. Yeah. Thank you, Kim is Blue. I'm not afraid to ask questions, not at all. I really do think Scientology, especially the Sea Org, screams fascism. Okay, I don't know what that is. More than communism. Okay, yeah, I don't know the difference. But there aren't enough characters in a chat to explain why. Okay, someone will probably tell us what that is. Alicia, Reese, years ago, I took my daughter to Gettysburg, and she asked me who won the Civil War. I had no idea and had to look it up. You're not dumb. Is Gettysburg in America, or is that a place outside of America? I don't know what Gettysburg represents. Like, I'm not sure what that means, if that's like somewhere in another country, but that's really cool, Alicia. I do too, love it. I love this kind of chat. It's boring probably for a lot of people. I get that, Gina E. What is fascism? Can somebody tell me? Gettysburg is in the state of Virginia. Okay, so it's in the United States. Hey, Lady O. Yeah, there's a lot of smart people in this group. There's a lot. Okay. Did you ever get punished in Scientology for asking questions? Yes, absolutely yes. If you ask the wrong questions like this, I could never spend time asking these questions. No fucking way. It was a waste of time. I remember asking questions about God. That's off the table. Yeah, no, you definitely. I remember asking these kinds of questions to my dad, and he would say, "What does that have to do with clearing planet Earth? What does that have to do with Scientology? It doesn't have anything to do with Scientology. We need to study what LRH wrote. We don't need to worry about what's in the past of this planet. We need to clear the future of this planet. Like he would really shame me about it, right? So and also I grew up, not only my dad, but Doug and Brenda also would say like school is not important. College is not important. My dad used to say that to me all the time. School is not important. What you're going to learn in school is a bunch of bullshit. We need to study what L. Ron Hubbard said, and we need to hurry up and clear planet Earth. So it was very like, why are you asking this? Why do you want to know this? It's useless information and it doesn't matter. Like, yes, very much. Hey, original Anne. Fascism is characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized, I don't know what that word means. Autocracy, I think that's how you say it. Militarism, forcible suppression. Okay, too many words. I don't know what that means, but thank you. I don't know what Nazism is a type of, thank you, Anne. Nazism is a type of fascism. So is fascism being a Nazi? Is fascism the sport quarter? I don't understand. Huh. Boy, guys, there's a lot of shit I don't know. There's a lot of shit. I can tell they've punished you for wanting to learn, though. It's not that I was punished. I mean, I was just, it was frowned upon, right? Like, and I kind of stopped. I remember stopping asking those questions at a young age because I remember my father getting super weird about that. My dad was very much like, why are you asking this? Why do you want to know? Like it was almost like concerning to him, right? Like it was tipping him off to like, what's going on? Who's talking to you? Like, why are you interested in the fucking history of the world? We have things to do. We need to clear planet Earth. LRH doesn't talk about this and school's not important. Like he would say that kind of shit to me all the time. He'd be like, school's for fools. It's not important. And you're not going to learn the important things to go free in this life. Like he'd say weird shit like that all the time. And he would say, college is not important. But a lot of Scientologists say that. Fascism is just the idea that a few should control the many, usually with propaganda and usually with a nationalistic overtone. As I see it, so many things could be put under that label. Sport Quarter is a fascist. Hey, Katie did. Huh, okay. Fascism is often uses powerful symbols and propaganda to generate emotional attachment and support from the populace. This is a little over my head. It's not making sense to me, but as long as I equate it to the sport quarter, that makes total sense. Like just a raging douchebag that has no good people surrounding him and makes fun of people's dead husbands and cats, who's friends with disgusting human beings in Vermont that are just piles of shit. I get it. I get what fascism is, and that makes total sense. Sorry, but if you're friends with a racist Nazi, in my book, you're just a pile of shit. That's kind of how I feel about that. I think most of us might agree. Yeah, if you're going to hate people because of their color or religion, who they believe in, you're kind of a pile of shit, right? Your bio dad kept everything away except Scientology, then ditch you and abandon you so young. Yeah, I don't think, I was talking about this today. Was I scared to leave Scientology? Absolutely. I would have never left. Everybody says like, yes, you would have eventually, you would have done it for Huxley. Sorry, guys, you put too much credit there. I would not have left Scientology. I would not have left Scientology. Now, I'm glad what happened, but I would not have left. Way too scared. They put it over our heads. They hang the idea of the declare policy over your head so much and who you're going to lose. You never consider it. I would have never, ever fucking left. Not ever. Yeah, he's dog shit. That dude is a piece of dog shit. The beauty in life is that you can learn something every day and still not know everything. Imagine how boring life would be if you knew everything. Totally. I think Scientology is against education because ignorant people are easier to control the thoughts of That makes absolute sense. They don't want you asking questions, Brian. They don't want you asking questions. If you hate someone based on their sexual orientation, you might be a piece of shit. If you hate someone because of the color of their skin, you might be a piece of shit. And if you are friends with someone who hates someone like that, you're an absolute piece of dog shit. Um, I've asked a lot tonight. Thanks, Reese, for being so open with us about this. Yeah, I love having these conversations. I don't have any problem admitting I don't know stuff. I'm not embarrassed so much to do it. It's just there's so much for me to learn. That's one of the reasons I say, like, stay in your own damn lane. I have so much to learn and catch up on with the rest of you. I'm going to be 41 in a few days. Like, I have so much to learn. I don't want to talk shit about people. I don't want to create hate content. I've got a lot to catch up on. And I put it off because it's a lot, right? But you say that he is a fascist, it's not per definition evil. It's a heavy control system where usually only one person gets all the control, symbols like swastikas and so forth, or a flag. Sounds kind of evil to me. That definition feels evil to me, where only one person gets all the control. I don't like it. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good thing at all. There is a lot of power in asking questions. I agree, Rachel. Yeah, it's evil. Yeah, it feels evil to me. We all know that guy in particular and his taint juice friend are completely fucking evil, right? Yeah, totally evil to the core. You make fun of somebody dying, that makes you kind of evil enough, but like then you add to it that you're a Nazi and a racist, like all of that piled together makes you just a complete flaming piece of shit. And any words that come out of your mouth will have zero weight, credibility at all. And the people you associate with by association will be complete pieces of shit. And that's how we look at all of you, flaming pieces of shit. No one cares what you think, what you say. No one cares about your stupid fucking opinions because that's what you are, stupid. And I think a lot of people would back me on that. Yeah, you have no you have you offer nothing to the human race. You offer nothing to society. You're less than nothing. You offer absolutely nothing in this world. You bring nothing to the table. And we see you for who you are, which is just a complete piece of shit. And I mean what I'm saying there. I don't mean like you're a piece of shit. I mean, you truly are a piece of shit. Everyone sees it. You're not hiding anything. Everyone sees you for who the fuck you are. And I'm glad. I'm really glad we don't even have to sell it because you do a good job of putting it out there. And we all know who they are. Seamus? I'm not, it doesn't bother me to say that, by the way. Like for those people who are like, Reese, don't give it any airtime. I'm sorry, but it kind of deserves airtime sometimes. Like I'm not going to say, I'll never talk about those people again. I'll never watch. Of course. Kind of like how you know how she said, I've never, ever, ever mentioned Huxley's name, but you did. And you're a liar and a fraud, right? Just like I'm a grifter and a fraud, right? You're a fucking liar and a fraud. It's just, yeah, they deserve to be called out. It's not me, oh, we're not doing this again, right, Reese? No, we're not. But I think it's important to highlight bullies and evil people. Seamus is at the door. Oh, sorry, Bo. Shamey? Bubba? Bubsy? Bubsy? Well, hi, Bubsy. You guys haven't seen Seamus in a long time. Look at Bubsy. Look at how big he is. He's enormous. See his swirly, twirly orange? Now, Seamus doesn't like me as much as he likes Huxley. He doesn't like, he'll let me hold him and he's super sweet. He's not aggressive in any way, shape, or form. but he prefers Huxley. Like yeah, it's our little ginger. The truth pisses people off. Tell the truth anyway. West Coast Fancy Nancy, I'm surprised he's let me hold him for this long. Bobsy, Bobsy, Shameby, little Shameby boy. He hit a growth spurt, and yeah, Cat, we are. He hit a growth spurt, and he's like enormous. He's him and Moose both are huge, and I'm talking like I would guess these guys are each. I did steal him. Yeah, come get him back. Ocean, thank you, says you should call them out. I agree, guys. It's a new time. It's a new place. I would guess these guys weigh close to 15 pounds apiece. Does Seamus sleep with Huxley? Yeah, most of the time he does. Look how big. Oh, him's a big. Him's a large. He's our special boy. Special. Shameby, feel free. Kia. Yeah, before we end the stream, I know he's really cute. Thanks, Heather. Makes sense. She sucks. Again, did I really steal him? I wish whoever I stole him from would come get his ass. Like, I don't want all these damn cats. I'll be the first. Thanks. I got these at Costco, Rachel. They show my fupa hardcore. Hey, Savannah Mills. Like, I'll never wear these pants in public because they really show the fupa. Dang. Thanks, Sandy Kovacs. Marie Marion, she's right here. Thanks, Provin G. That's my girlfriend in the UK. Guys, I'm going to sign off here in a second, but I have to say this because it feels good. These are Costco, Angie Mo. I got like 3 pairs. Oh, and I pulled them up to be like pantaloons. They're actually pants, but I pushed them up. My God, Rain. Seriously, thanks, old Charlie. Seamus and Moose. I love them. Can you demonstrate a shant? I love Seamus and Moose, but if the right person said, "Oh my God, I love those cats. Would you be willing to give them to me?" I would. Yeah. They really just exist here. They don't give a shit about me. They like Huxley, but they're just kind of they're bonded, like super bonded. They just don't. Yeah, 3 cats are a lot. I'm going to be honest, I'd like to. Brovin G. No, they're very special boys though. Moose is a genius. He's a very, very smart cat. I love you, Martin. Seamus, Kid is adorable. Kid, I'm in love with. Kid, I would never let anybody take Kid. They're tomcats. Yeah. And they just exist. And I just feel like if someone were to say like, oh my God, I would love to have Moose and Seamus, I would if they went to the right place, I would absolutely like, I just would. Let me answer Hux. Okay. I want to say this because I want to be very clear about something. And I know this is not a subject you guys love talking about. I kind of do at this point. Here's why. I think it's important. My good friend who works in media said this because we were talking about the haters one day. She's got a lot of experience, right? And she said, I said, I know. I'm not supposed to talk about them. Don't talk about them. Everybody always says that. Don't talk about the haters. Why are you giving this airtime, Reese? Why are we doing this? And my friend said, she goes, what the fuck? Why? She was like, you should talk about them. They're there. It's the cult of 15. You're always going to have 15%, right? It's going really well, Renee B. But she was like, it's okay to identify that. Well, here's I'm going to take that a step further. I like the idea of actually naming them, right? Because I don't ever name them. They do shit on me all the time, right? They do stuff on me around the clock all the time. I'm always in their thumbnails. They're on my payroll. Like they're grifting off of me. They say the most crazy, outlandish lies. They talk shit about Huxley. They made fun of Fred dying. And Marilyn was one of them. She laughed in the stream that the Spore Quarter made, where he made fun of my cat dying and my husband dying. Her and Susie both commented and laughed. So I think it's important, while those people are making videos about me, like that I'm this lying, grifting, I hurt your friends, like, oh my God, Sandy, right? Yeah, no, they made a full video about laughing that my cat died and that I was grifting off of the cat dying. And they made, yeah, love it. And they made fun of my husband dying all in one video. It was like everybody was commenting and going, ha ha, her fucking stupid husband, Fred. Like, they're like those bullies that got that girl to kill herself last week. Like, I think, and I've said this, bullying someone to that extreme, right? Like making fun of my cat dying and my husband dying, you are trying to push me to a point where I feel like I don't matter. Yes, love it. Our little boy. They're disgusting and they have no power. Like, you can go make all the videos you want that I'm a terrible person and that I'm, thank you, love it, that I hurt your friends' feelings, right? But nothing as disgusting as someone who makes fun of an animal or a person dying. And then you double down and you make fun of my kid, right? Like, nothing is worse, except I can think of, I guess, one worse thing. When you are friends with and associate happily, lovingly, publicly that you are pals with a known racist Nazi, it won't get you very far. We all see that you are a total sack of shit and you have the IQ of that, just about, pretty much, right? Like, it's not any, you don't make it hard for us to have to sift through. I don't have to dissect through facts and truth. You're just a pure shining piece of shit. And so I think love it. You should go see, we did a beautiful stream on it the other day called The Lion Will Lay with the Lamb. And I talked about it at length. She has crossed so many lines, but it doesn't even, yeah, bottom feeders, like clout chasers. They don't have any original content. They can't make original content. And I love it when she goes and says, oh, Reese is just over there talking about me again. Of course I am. I'm going to make it very clear to the world. I've got millions of views. We're going to make you famous with you and your Nazi pal and you making fun of dead animals and dead husbands and kids, right? And all those things that you do, you're proud of it. So we're going to highlight that, right? Like, why not? Let's discuss you and your name and what a flaming piece of shit that you are, making fun of minors and dead cats and dead husbands. You're proud of that. So yeah, we're definitely going to don't feel weird, love it. We're definitely every once in a while, maybe a couple times a week, I'll choose. Yeah, turds that won't flush. I will choose when and when not to highlight them, share their names. And, of course, they're always going to have their people, their haters, their group of the same thing, just like clout chasing. I mean, let's face it, she has nothing to do with Scientology. And yet she love bombs and clout chases and wants to pretend like she's a part of the ex-Scientology community. She has nothing to do with it. She says she stands with the victims of Scientology, except this one, right? Because I wasn't a victim because she came out and said my story with Dan O'Connor and the fax machine was a lie. She said I made that up, right? So I think it's perfectly balanced and I think it's healthy, right? I'm not coming out here flipping out, screaming like she does, right? I think it's perfectly balanced and healthy to put that out there into the universe. These are the things that were said. These are the things that are being said. She is very much like Zero Dark Tony. She reminds me very much of Zero. Although I would say that guy was smarter. I think he was probably a little wittier, a little funnier. Like I don't know that anyone's ever laughed at anything she's ever said. Like, she's no sense of humor, no personality. Like I said, dumber than a sack of diapers, zero personality. If you go watch that shit, it is hard to do. Swimming through mud, like no humor, no nothing, like just nothing but reaction, like just crazy fucking, like just too much, right? So I think it's perfectly okay to highlight those things. And I don't have a problem naming or bringing it up. And I don't have a problem either totally saying, that's right, we're talking about you again. You're so popular. You're so popular. We're going to talk about you. And the horrible bullying bullshit lies that you put out there, right? And terrible things that you say, laughing at my cat that died, for instance, right? Chiming in your 2 cents on that particular stream, making fun of my dead cat and my dead husband. Class, right? Lots of class, lots and lots of class. I love this, E. Garrett. There comes a time where being silent is dangerous. Enough is enough sometimes. Defending yourself is good and healthy. That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ocean, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick to laugh at something like that. You're a sick soul. Like she's crossed so many fucking lines. I don't care. Go ahead and make fun of Huxley, right? Go ahead and make fun of my dead husband. It doesn't take any of the love or joy out of how we feel about those things. Just because you're laughing and cackling and your maniacal, diabolical bullshit, that doesn't bring me down a notch at all. It makes me want to highlight it for the world to see, right? Yeah, don't worry about it, Rain. She doesn't get much engagement. 98% is mean girl stuff. She hides the not hate comments. Yeah, she gets rid of every comment that sticks up for me. But she weirdly craves attention in her clone with almost every thumbnail of Reese. Yeah, she's obsessed as shit with me. But if you go in there to even mildly stand up for me, you're gone. So isn't that what I just learned? Communism? Wouldn't that be considered communism? Like, I call the shots. Nobody can challenge me. Everybody will agree with me over here on this channel, or you're out. Go back to the cult of Reese. Isn't that communism? You can't sit with us. Yes, Buffy, 100%. Jealousy, probably, Kat, but more than anything, it's embarrassing. It's incredibly embarrassing to watch that woman flap her stupid fucking gums. It's embarrassing at this point. Oh, I know. Those embarrassing titles like It's On or I'm a Mama Bear. I think she thinks she's intimidating and it's absolutely fucking hilarious. You can't have a soul. Yeah. To say those things or laugh at your pain. No soul. So it's not me bullying and bringing this shit up again. When you make fun of my cat that died, my dead husband, my minor child, we're going to bring you up. We're going to bring you up just for a minute. Not going to make the whole show about it. But you know what I mean? I think it's important. You want to be famous? I think we should talk about you over here too. I have always said, always said I've been with the cult of Reese. Love you, Reese Poo. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, exactly. Marie Marion, can you imagine her reaction and what she would say if we were talking about her like she talks about you? If the shoe is on the other foot, can you imagine attacking her family, her children? No, I can't. Can you imagine exactly that? Turning the tables on her and doing it, right? Doing what she does over here. When we do that, she does a stream and she starts crying. It's called emotional manipulation. And I'm being bullied. She'll do that shit, right? Women see especially right through that. I have seen so many women in my life do emotional manipulation with the fucking tears. And she does it every single time. That's her defense mechanism. I'm going to burst into tears. Hey, Colleen. Kat, I know. She's the one who decided to make her digital footprint be utterly unhinged and damaging. She's proud of it. She can't have a problem if you talk about something she seems to love about herself. Yeah, she will bully, but she absolutely can't take it. She can't take it. She'll dish it out, but she cannot fucking take it. And if she sees what she gets, she starts crying. She looks into the camera, she ugly cries, and it's really embarrassing. It's something to see, right? Love you, Buffy. We all love you. Yeah. It's I think it's a good topic. I think Michaela Raines killed herself last week. She was a very, very well-known YouTuber. I did not watch her, right? But I will say, Lady O, I will say now more than ever, and she's not the first person to kill themselves, right? Cyberbullying is a huge fucking thing. I'm done with it. So I will talk about it every so often. We'll scatter it into a fucking stream. I'm a little tired of the, why are you giving this attention, Reese? Don't talk about it. Don't give it airtime. Well, it's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. So being silent doesn't make them go away. It's kind of like cavities. You ignore your teeth, they'll go away, right? This isn't that. It's a problem. And if we ignore it, it gets bigger. So I just say we're not going to tackle it, right? We're never going to make it go away. But it does feel good. Hey, Mrs. Hunty, it does feel good to say, hey, we see you. You're a fucking bully and you're a flaming pile of dog shit. And we just want you to know it, right? Like, we just want you to be aware of that. No one buys your, I want to help the victims bullshit. Nobody buys that. Your spore quarter friend is better off because at least he says, I'm a Nazi racist. Like, dude ain't trying to hide anything. You are hiding behind trying to think that you're helping society when you're just obsessed, unhinged, and gross on the inside and out. And I got a lot of content I could say there, but I won't. You're fucking gross. It's really a shame. So we're going to talk about that every once in a while because I want to highlight cyberbullying, right? She makes fun of my child. It's too much. And I will do what the fuck I feel is right. Okay. I do think she is strongly jealous of me. Yes. Abigail, which is weird. There's nothing to be jealous of. You ever see those memes that say, like, imagine hating me and I'm just at home doing this? Like, it's so true. Oh my God. I saw a meme. I actually saved it, but it might be hard for me to find. It was so effing funny. If you just give me like a minute, I'm going to look, but I probably am not correct on where I think it is. I found it. I'll read Abigail's super chat. Everyone who makes a practice of doing evil, addicted to denial and illusion, hates God, light, and won't come near it, fearing a painful exposure. Anyone working and living in truth and reality welcomes God, light. Ooh, that's easy to understand. Thank you, Abigail. I love that. And thank you for your super chat. That's a good one. That's an easy one for me to process. This is so me. Look at this. You guys know one of my favorite movies is Silence of the Lambs. Imagine not liking me and I'm just at home. Look, it's Buffalo Bill making a skin suit. That's my life. That's her hating me and I'm just at home. And I'm like, goodbye, horses. I'm crying over you. And I'm like in a kimono and just like tits out. And imagine making hate videos about me now. And I just look like Buffalo Bill. I look like Ted Levine from the 80s. That's me. I'm literally at home all day long, just grifting off of you guys. And I'm like, remember, this is gross. I'm going to trigger warning, but he goes, would you fuck me? He's like, I'd fuck me. He's such a creeper. He's a serial killer. And he's just like, goodbye, horses. I'm crying over you. That's me. You're just at home. You're just at home hating me. Hey, Sierra Terry. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just in a fucking kimono with my fupa, like dancing. It has a mind of its own and it's just like flapping up and down. I'm dancing to that song, eating Fig Newtons. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Randy Pearson. I don't know who's fucking crazier. To be honest, I'm not sure who the he was. Alicia, he was hot in that. Ted Levine is underrated for so many reasons. Buffy, you want to see Matilda before we end? Absolutely. Please hit subscribe while you're in here. Yeah, do you guys feel that way? I feel like Ted Levine is such an underrated actor. Yeah, I'm influenced by your grifting while trying to increase your biblical knowledge. Sorry, I manipulated you, Abigail. Um, he was so good. He had a tiny role in Shutter Island. If you saw that movie with DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo, that was a creeper of a movie, but it was so good. It was so good. Okay, Buffy wants to see you, Punky. Would that be all right? Sorry to wake you up. It's Buffy's fault. Oh my God, girl. Oh, it's a lot. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Imagine hating us and we're just like, goodbye, horses. Blee, 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 blee. Oh my God. He was so good in Shutter Island. It was so good. Don Gloves, I love that scene when he's like, it's such a creepy scene. He's talking to DiCaprio. Thanks, Gracie. And he's like, God loves violence. And he was like, no, he doesn't. And he's like, yes, he does. I could do it in the Ted Levine voice, but do you remember the end of that one little part? And he's like, you're as violent as they come. And DiCaprio's like, I'm not violent. He's like, oh, yes, you are. He's like, people say that you can change, but I know better. He's like the prison guard. It's such a, you can YouTube that one scene. And he says, he's like, let me ask you this. He's like, if I were to, what does he say? It's the creepiest thing. Ted Levine is such a creep. He says, if I was to bite your eye, he's like, would you stop me from tearing it out or something creepy? And DiCaprio looks at him and goes, give it a try. And he goes, that's the spirit. Ted Levine has the creepiest voice. He's so creepy. Remember when he's Buffalo Bill and he goes, oh, wait, is she a great big fat person? Remember Tommy used to do that really well. My ex-husband could do it well too. Thank you, Angie Moe. I have not seen him in Monk, but he's such a good actor and I love his voice. What does he say there? I can't remember. I'm going to have to go watch it. It's so good, though. He's so good in Shutter Island. Tiny little part, but really good. Dude is really underrated as an actor. All right, Buffy, you got it. What's tomorrow? Friday? Do you guys want to do anything tomorrow? Or should I not do anything because it's 4th of July weekend and you guys won't be around? What are our thoughts on that? I know that it's just an American thing. Me too, Katie did. Oh, wait. Is she a great big fat person? Should we do something 4th of July weekend or is everybody going to have plans? I don't want to hop on here and it's just me and Martin. I love you, Martin, but I can't do a full show with just Martin. Okay, Kim is blue. Jenny will be here. Puka Vista will be around. Yadira, okay. Oh, good idea, Tashbits. Okay, Florence can come. She's got no plans. Yorkie Mom will be around. Okay, Marie Marion's in Canada. Dee says yes. Angie Mo will be around. All right, so if there's going to be 10 of you, I'll do a show. All right, then. Oh, wow. Really gorgeous. Did you know that everybody is really impressed by you? Did you know that your hair is kind of a problem? All right, then. Guys, thank you for the super chats. Please hit subscribe. And I love you all. Thank you for the super chats, the memberships, the gifted memberships, Dawn Gloves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But most of all, your time, your wisdom. But I do appreciate grifting off of you and your wallets. So ridiculous. I have to say it. We are sponsored by the haters, so I have to work that in, guys. Tonight's sponsorship was brought to you by the Sport Quarter, and what a raging douchebag he is, and he looks like Keith Richards' liver. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for your money. We are sponsored by the haters, and we have to continue to take your money so that they can take our money. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, and again, sponsored by a lot of side-eye and evil, demonic, diabolical pieces of shit. Love you all. On that note, thank you for sticking around for that commercial. All right, Martin, then he won't be here. Good for you, Martin. We hope you have a good time. I will see everybody, I guess, tomorrow. If you're up for it, we'll do something tomorrow evening. Love you, Rain. Tell Joe we love him. And F the sport quarter. Yeah, and F is disgusting, ugly fucking friends. Love you guys. Don Gloves, money. Tonight is brought to you by money, and we appreciate it. We want money. Yeah. Okay. On that note, what time, Gracie says? It'll be. Oh, Katie, we should talk about that. Take my money. Thank you, Don Gloves. It'll be later in the afternoon, probably around 4 or 5 tomorrow, I would guess. Yeah, 4 or 5 tomorrow, Central Time. Thanks for asking. And here comes Fred, everybody. Love you all.